here with you, and today we're making some cards using some of the fabulous dies and stamps that I got from In Love Art. So in the description box below you will see the link to these products, and go and check them out. Really good affordable prices. So we'll be making 4 cards, and I just thought it'd be fun. So 2 are going to be birthday cards, and we're going to be using this big die here. So that's why I've got my Big Shot pulled out, and just gonna pull it out. I don't know what happened, but somehow something got stuck. Okay. I don't know why I did that. That's why I wasn't rolling properly. Okay, so we're going to be using some of these papers, and with this for the sentiment. So there's a few that are pretty. Could use this one. I think that would be nice. It's very dark. And then hey, Charlie! Moto! My dog is downstairs and he's going into Andrew's room where he's not supposed to go. No! And he knows he's not supposed to. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna use the die, and I'm gonna go through the machine. Just want to make sure that it really did it well, because this machine I got at a thrift store, and it's really old, so it doesn't necessarily do the best of jobs. As you can see right here, it didn't do a really good job. I'm gonna put this in the middle and run it again, and hopefully this time it's not the dies, it's really, that's why I had that extra cardboard in there, just so that it was better. You can see there's still a bit. And I have a little cardstock or something that I can use to add to my machine. It's not doing that good of a job. Doesn't need to be very thick, just needs to be something. Whoops. Hello. Okay, so I'm going to put this underneath and hope that this works. Okay, like that. Yeah, it makes a big difference. You can see, like it really did. Now it's gone through properly. This is kind of satisfying. You could use these little pieces on some other projects. This here I won't, but the big ones could be used on something else. So I'm just gonna go through and remove the little pieces. Okay, where did I put my tool? I'm missing a tool. Oh, there it is. And actually I have a tool that should do a better job of this, and it's used for that, and it's this here. and I bought it for the exact purpose of doing this. Shoot, I broke my little piece here in the process. Okay, so now I'm just going to empty this out. And pull my thing from this, my frame, and hopefully not tear it in the process. Obviously, if you're using cardstock, it would be even better because it would be thicker and there's less chance of it ripping on you. But that's not what I did, so it's a little bit more flimsy. And like I said, my machine is old and needs that extra little added thing to really work properly, but that's okay because we're not going to notice once I glue this back on, especially since there's white already on it, like there's white in the picture. So I'm just going to go through the little portions that the paper didn't go completely out. Just to make sure that the next time that I use a die, which is going to be right now, that I don't have little pieces that don't cut properly because of it. Because if there's paper in there, obviously it makes it harder for the die to cut. So pretty much all emptied out. Perfect. Now we're going to do the same thing, but with this one. And obviously, if I did this here and just cut around and put that in the middle, that already would help myself, because the middle is usually more pressure. So, what happened to my machine? It decided to pop out. That's strange. Okay, I'm gonna pause and be back. Okay, I was able to pop it back together. I don't know what happened. Like I said, it's an older machine, but at least it was working, whereas mine was broken, and I paid this like very little, so I'm quite happy with my purchase. So I'll turn this around because there's a bit of there's a part that didn't go well. And it's possible that it's one side that's not even. And here we go. Okay, so put this together, And then I'll put this away because we won't need it for the other sets. We'll use a smaller machine. It's easier to handle on my desk. It doesn't take as much room, so long as I don't I don't lift it up with the glass. It's happened in the past. So yeah. Here we go. It works really well, this little tool. It's from Spellbinder, and it really helps to clean out the dyes. As you can see, like, you really remove all the little pieces really easily. And then you can just scoop them up and put them in your recycling bin. And this one I'll do when I've got the frame lifted up, because it's stuck at one little part. Okay, and this. Okay, and here we go. We've got the piece. Now there's one little piece here that didn't come out completely. And there's one here that is needing a little snip. And here we go. So it's really a fun die. Just gonna clean off the two little pieces that are still in there. So a few little bits of paper that got stuck. And sometimes it's easier with this tool to remove those little bits of paper, but when they're very tiny, they don't necessarily, the other tool doesn't necessarily go through it. Okay, so we've got it all cleaned up and ready for the next time around. So I'll put this tool here so that it's easier to find. And now, so my thinking is to put this on here, and I should use that side. So put that on there, and then I'm gonna cut out the excess, and I'll do the same thing with this one. So glue. Actually, let me use this to glue it down. Whoops. And that's what I was afraid of doing with the other one, and clearly I'm not doing a really good job. I could have used the liquid glue, might have been better. We'll use liquid glue on the other piece of paper. So put this here, try to kind of line it, and this needs to be put under that little piece because I tore it off by being not careful. And here we go. My glue stick got all gooey, like really gooey. Okay, so let's, for the other one, let's not use the glue stick. Let's try using the liquid glue. Will probably be better, hopefully. So we'll just do this. Put it in here. And I'll do the same thing, putting it down so that I've got a, it's all kind of aligned. Put that there for now. Cover this up before I make a mess. And then I'm just going to cut the excess of the card. Just so we've got a frame that's kind of equal on all sides. And I say kind of because, you know, nothing is straight with me, so it's not going to be perfect. But, you know, it's close enough. Close enough. Okay, so we've got the two backgrounds. Now we're just going to take out my little sidekick, and I'm going to use the happy birthday and put it on this here. So I want to basically, I'm going to be needing two. I can't have it too large because otherwise the sidekick is not going to take it. So I'm just going to cut two pieces. That should be the right size. And take out my little plates. Put that on there. This here. Attach this to the table. If you're looking for this little machine, I got mine on Amazon, and it's linked in it's in my Amazon storefront if you're interested in looking for one. They're really less expensive than the big machines, and a lot of times, like, you don't necessarily want to use big dies. So if you don't want big dies, this is a perfect little machine for you. And even if you've got a big machine, like honestly, like I do, sometimes just having the smaller one is really awesome, because it takes a lot less room in your work area. So then just pull this out. I'm hopefully not gonna tear out my happy birthday like I did with the rest of the dies. I'm often too fast, which, you know, sometimes is not a good thing. Not very patient. Okay, and here we go. We've got a happy birthday, and can put it on here. Just want to make sure that I've got it the right way around. And I'm thinking I want to put something underneath to make it pop. And I did see in my bin of scraps some cardstock that could be useful for this. My bin's just all want to collapse. This would be nice. And for the other, I was to do that. I think that could be pretty, and then I'll put some bling to finish it off. So I'll use my happy birthday once again. And you can see how well these dies work. Like, they're really nice. There are issues. It's really not the die's fault. It's really my own. Because when you lift it up, if you're too fast, sometimes you can tear, like the pieces are very fragile, like they're very small. So obviously, like the more you're going with tin dies like this, it's very pretty, but it's more delicate pulling them. And that's why they've got the little holes, so that you can kind of push against the die, the paper, and get it out easier. So here we've got the happy birthday. Now, while we've got the little die machine, we'll use the hello that I want to use in the other card. So it's this one, and I was thinking of using it with this cardstock, which is actually from a stencil, Tim Holtz stencil. So obviously, like, not a big, not a lot of money spent on here. Hopefully I'll be able to put the other hello on the other piece. Need to align it properly. And you could almost use this as the hello if you wanted. Like, you could put this with this, and you see the message basically, like here. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'll just use one, and I'll use the other part as my next piece. So the two cards are going to be a bit different. And here's my hello. Okay, perfect. So we finished using the dies. We won't be needing them. And put this away. and then try not to lift my glass at the same time as I do this. Okay, so then we've got these here, which we want to glue on top of some cardstock. So I'm just gonna put the glue on the back. Try not to go over too much. Hopefully you guys can see. Okay, so birthday here. Whoops. I think I forgot to put some glue underneath some letters because they seem to be lifting. No! Lucky! Lucky! Uh-oh! To go in my son's bedroom. Usually Andrew doesn't leave his room open, but he's done so this time, and dogs are trying to go in, but obviously the cat is not happy about it. Okay, so I'll let this dry, and I'll do the same thing with this one, and hopefully I'll do a better job on the letter. You could run this through the Xyron machine. I was just lazy, I didn't do it, but that would be the best way to do a cleaner job. And it's not like my Xyron's far, I mean it's right next to me, so I have to admit I didn't think about it. Oh my god, what's going on with me? I can tell it's the end of the day and I'm tired. Okay, so we're going to be putting this on here, and I think to make it pop a little bit more, I'm actually going to use some of the foam tape so that it lifts up. Where's my foam? I have it foam started here. I usually do, but I guess not. So here we go. So this tape here I just purchased at the dollar store. It's basically in the section for hanging frames and things, so like the hardware type of section, and it's very cheap, so for card making I find that it's just perfect. Put it, I think, right over here, and here we go. That's the first card. And then for the second one, I have to cut it. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use that tape on it. And I'm going to put it right over here. And I said I was going to put some bling on the other one, but I don't know, I like it the way it is. so I don't think I will. So those are my two cards, my two birthday cards. Now I will be doing something, the next one will be with the hello, and we're going to use the Grunge Up stamp, which I thought would be really fun to use, and we're going to use it on top of this cardstock. So I'm just going to basically glue this to that, and this was part of this was actually part of a journal that I had made, and I didn't like it, so I took it apart, and I'm just going to use the paper in other projects like this one. And I didn't put it straight to the edge because there's a white piece here, so I don't want that. And obviously I could use my guillotine, but the scissors work fine for little bits like that. So we've got that, and then I was thinking of putting the Grunge Up image on top. So there's one, and the other one I'm going to use this paper here, and I'll do the same thing. Whoops, almost made a boo-boo. This one I can go all the way to the edge. It's going to save me one cut. And here we go. Oh, this is kind of fun. It's kind of transparent, so it puts the other image kind of in the background. The thing is, well, we'll see. I mean, if I don't like it, I can always put something on top, because it's gonna go like this. So we shall see how it goes, how it looks. If I don't like it, then we'll put another layer. Okay, so I'm gonna put this underneath, and then I'll just ink it up. And I should put it on top of a clear mount, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna go down and do that. That's really kind of fun. And then what I thought of doing is putting that on top here with the little hello, like that. It's a really fun, I like the fact that you can see the background underneath. Okay, and then on the other one, I better not lose that little piece because I will be really sad. So for the other one, I'm just gonna do that as well. And layer it. Could do it the other way if we want, just to make it a bit different. And then just do that. And here we go. I really like that stamp. It's soft, but it's really nice and grunged up and really fun. Okay, so before I put this away, I'm just gonna stamp the back of my cards with my little Crafting Vicky logo. And if you're new to my channel and you don't know, this was gifted to me from a friend. So I don't know where she got it, but she had it made especially for me. And been using it ever since. It's quite black. You can see it's got a lot of use, which is cool. Okay, so we've got that all taken care of. Now it's a question of assembling them. So this one, I was going to put the hello. Oh, look how cool that is. I really love it. Really. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly put some glue on the back here. I hope you are all doing very well. I've started, I've did some cowboy candy with some of my jalapenos from the garden, and I liked it so much that I purchased a big batch of jalapenos, and I just spent the day doing that. It was so long. Oh boy. But, you know, we should be good for a while. But it takes so long for such a little batch. It's just crazy. Crazy, I'm telling you. Okay, so this here, I'm just gonna put it this way so that I don't mess up. I think I'm gonna put that glue again. I don't trust my glue stick right now. I have a feeling it's gonna do a mess. Okay, so here we go. And this opens up that way, so we'll put it this way. Like that, and then just put that little piece to put it the right way, and put the glue on the wrong side because that's not going to be good, and put that over here, and here we go. Now to finish these off, because they're really grunged up and that's the whole point of this, I think it needs a little bit added grunginess, so I'm just gonna edge this with the black just to finish it off, because I don't like the white. I don't like it being all white. I think it looks better with the black. But that's a question of personal preference, you know? So you can do it or you could not do it, up to you. This one I could have done in brown, but since the stamping in the middle was black, kind of goes with it. And voila. So we've got these 4 cards, and I hope that you've enjoyed seeing the process, and that you go and check out In Love Art. Like I said, they've got beautiful, beautiful things. I'm sure you're going to be spending a lot of time shopping in their store. And that's it for me. Bye, everyone.